Welcome to Season 3, Episode 4 of FitPro Sessions, your bi-weekly essential nutrient to progress as a FitPro. Today's vitamin PC is decide that you're going to push yourself.
Hi, I'm Neil Bergman.
And I'm Hayley Bergman. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands of fitness professionals to get qualified, learn with simplicity, and coach clients with confidence.
We're the first to say that learning and being a FitPro doesn't have to be hard work, and that with the right structure, support and resources, you can become a confident and knowledgeable fitness professional that is dedicated to more.
So how do you learn, qualify and kickstart as a FitPro? This is the FitPro Sessions podcast with Parallel Coaching.
I am loving the vitamin PC.
It's pretty cool, right?
It complements the morning show as well that we do on Facebook Live.
Yes.
So if you haven't been over to our Facebook Live, every morning we do a Facebook Live show as well.
I like how in depth we go into each quote, pull it apart.
Extract the lesson.
Yes.
And today's quote is decide that you're going to push yourself. And this is from Les Brown. If you've not heard of Les Brown, go and
Definitely
straight
go and check
over
him
to your
out.
phone. Well, listen to this one first, of course.
Of course.
And type in Les Brown. And he is one amazing motivational speaker. In fact, I'm going to say out of all motivational speakers, he's in my top 3 for listening to. I love the sound and the hypnotic
his
trance
voice is lovely,
of his
isn't it?
voice. So for me,
He's an ex-radio DJ.
it's just
Yeah.
amazing. So go over and listen to some Les Brown stuff because you'll definitely feel motivated and inspired. And actually how he exposes some of his his content and asks you questions. He takes you on this most amazing journey. So
He drops some really inspirational quotes. Like you're like, oh,
but it's not just about
lovely.
dropping quotes. There's a real purpose behind what he says, how he says it, and his timing behind that is just superb. So today's quote, decide that you're going to push yourself.
What does this one mean to you?
It's about a decision.
Nice.
You've got to decide to push yourself.
I don't like decisions very much.
No, and I don't think a lot of people particularly like a decision. So, well, over to you. What does decision mean for you?
Well, not just decision, but decision for me is that like moment where you go, I decide that that's what I'm going to do. It's that clarity.
Yeah.
But with that, like I think this is also why people struggle with setting goals, is because goal setting is that decision process.
Well, it's making a final choice.
It's saying, I want to do that.
It's now saying, right, I am going to head towards this particular target.
And I think the problem with most decisions, this is what I find anyway, is that I get massive FOMO for the thing I've left behind. So I'll be like, I'm going down this path, but what about the other path? I might be missing out on something. So FOMO, for anyone that doesn't know, is fear of missing out. So I get massive fear of missing out on the other thing, which stops me from making a decision anyway.
See, I think I'm quite a decisive
You
person.
very much are. Yes.
I think maybe it comes down to knowing what you want straight away and just going straight for it. And knowing that in order to get to the thing I want, there's a series of other things that are prerequisites or precursors to that.
Yeah.
So if I want to pass my exam, okay, so if I want to do a course, let's say I want to become a personal trainer or a yoga instructor, that's the end outcome. I now must decide to book onto a course. Job done, tick. I now must decide to revise. I now must decide to do a series of other actions in order to get to the mini stepping stones or performance-based goals along the way.
But each one is a decision.
Each one is a decision. It's making a very clear choice. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do it here. I know why I'm doing it and I know when I'm going to do it by.
Nice. When I first heard this quote, actually, this reminded me of workouts that we do. So we do a HIIT workout. Neil runs it, and he sets the timer up, and he's like, "Cool, right? You do this exercise for this amount of time. Let's say, for example, it's 30 seconds." I love about this quote is that decide to push yourself. I could go through that 30 seconds and just happily do it really slowly, not really get many squats, will not really get many press ups. But if I decide to push myself, I get so much more out of it.
See, I certainly in all of my coaching with the clients I've got, I see training. So most of the people I train, let's go back a little bit, are there for a little bit of weight loss, dropping some timber off the body. They're 100%, or they're all guys. They're after a little bit of mindset, but ultimately they're there because they want to get a bit faster, fitter, stronger, leaner, meaner.
Yes.
Okay, but I see that as a byproduct because I see training as the ultimate metaphor to push yourself. So if I say, right, if I now can inspire somebody to move quicker, safely and get more out and decide to push themselves on session, they've just given themselves tangible evidence that they have what it takes to make a decision, to go all in, to push themselves that extra step beyond that of what they thought they were capable of.
Oh, yeah.
Now we can use that as kind of a real powerful position that you are in for those burpees for 30 seconds or star jumps from the floor for 30 seconds to say, now, right, you've proven you can decide to take action and you did the action, okay? Now go and push yourself in your day. Go and push yourself inside apply the lesson from training. I think training is the ultimate metaphor. So you go and apply that, decide to push yourself in your nutrition, decide to push yourself inside your hydration, decide to push yourself inside your habits, decide to push yourself and challenge yourself on how many bags of crisps you have in a day.
Your revision, your fitness business.
Exactly. But for the clients would be like, decide to push yourself in your meetings you have at work, decide to push yourself in your career, decide to push yourself in the time frame you're at work, decide to push yourself with your time you have with your kids, decide to push yourself with your relationships, your religion, your spirituality.
Ooh,
and I think I genuinely deep down believe that decide to push yourself from Les Brown was to take the concept or one area that you do push yourself in and have the overspill and that as the metaphor. And I think training, particularly like a HIIT session or a run, okay, is the ultimate metaphor for it.
And on the last episode, we spoke about a ripple effect.
Yes.
And this is so appropriate here. So you're saying that workout not only has the ripple effect in your body in terms of the impact it has on your body, but also what that means for you in pushing yourself across everything else. You get this ripple effect.
So the question I'm going to ask is, why can you push yourself? The likelihood is you're listening to this because you're training to become a FitPro. You love being in the gym. You love being, going for a run. You love being in the yoga studio. You love training Pilates, whatever your discipline is. You love training on a spin bike, yeah? So you can push yourself, and you decided to push yourself. You decided to pack your gym clothes. You decided to get up early. You decided to get your nutrition sorted. You decided to go into that session and book an event. You've done so many things before where you've gone, right, I made a decision, and I followed through on that decision and I pushed myself. Now, here's my question is, why, when it comes to, say, your studies, your LAP, your exam, your revision, it's quite harsh, this might sting a little bit. Why can't we use that same level of fortitude?
Brushing a sting in nettle, that one.
Why can't we use that same level of fortitude that we know is within us right now to go, I can push myself inside my revision. I don't need no motivation. I don't need to feel inspired. I've got it within me. The fire is within my belly right now.
So if you've proven to yourself you can do it in one area, you can do it in any.
100%.
And if you can push yourself in your workout, if you can push yourself to achieve a new marathon time, if you can push yourself in one area,
even if depending on what part of your fitness, health, well-being journey you're on, just the very fact that you pushed yourself to get up early and just go for a walk. It doesn't matter what you've achieved. You've pushed yourself. You decided to push yourself. So this is my question for you today is, where else can you push yourself?
Yeah, where else in your world can you find that little bit to decide?
That little bit of fire in you.
And make that decision to push yourself.
Make a choice right now and say, I think maybe we've had this discussion. You've commented before and you said, well, I'm making a choice, I'm making a decision, but to get better at something,
right?
Okay,
yeah.
And you've seen that you've been really good in, say, you're running, and you go, well, I'm going to get better in something inside the business or inside something about your day, but you're waiting still for maybe permission or waiting for a set of practices to come through and expecting or accepting that it's going to take time for that decision to see the fruits.
As you mean, as soon as you make a decision, it's now reality.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, cool. I got there in the end. Cool. Like if you make a decision, the decision is like bam, it's in the flick of a heartbeat.
You don't have to wait for it to settle in.
You don't have to wait for it to settle in at all.
Some things you've got to work towards. Like if you decide to be able to run faster and
I'm not
get
talking
a
about
set
the end
PB.
outcome.
You mean decide to take the action
if you,
now.
For example, so if you decide to push yourself in a spin class, you go, I am a very decisive person. I'm going to push myself in every spin class. You can immediately, in a decision, in a blink of an eye, in a heartbeat, go, I'm going to decide to turn up to my revision and be ferocious in it and have ultimate concentration.
Yes, you're not going to wait from this spin class to the next one. You're just going to do it on the next spin
You're just going to
class.
go straight into
in that exact track.
In that
track.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it's your choice to turn up and go, you know, what I say to Hayley, you know, what are you waiting for? You made a decision, you know, what are you waiting for? I thought you said you're gonna show up and be ferocious the same as you are in your spin class. But what is it you're waiting for? Have you truly made that decision? Decide, go all in and go, right, I've made a decision. I'm turning up in my revision today. It's 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock comes. You're like, bam, I'm into my revision. With as much fire in the belly as you do when you turn up and go, I'm going to really go for today's spin class. Even when life, when life does throw you lemons, you know, how come you can turn up to a spin class or go out for a run at the end of a day? Yeah. Even though you've had like a really bad day, you've had, I don't know, some bad emails come in, your boss has been on your back, the kids have been playing up, you've been running late for everything. But for some reason, you get to your workout and you're like, yes,
I've got
energy for this. I'm in the zone. That's my question. Like, why can't we just say, right, I decide to be in the zone whenever I want to be in the zone?
Because there's proof you can do it.
Decide to push yourself. So
nice.
Today's question, I feel
like you're passionate.
Yeah, I feel like I just know that I'm guilty of it as well. But I know that so many people would benefit if they just make a decision right now to go, right, this is how I'm going to show up, and I'm going to decide to push myself, regardless of what that activity is. I'm just going to go all in because life is now.
Yeah.
So where in your world do you need to make a decision, to make a set of choices, to go all in and push yourself? There we go. And what would you need to do and who would you need to become in order to go, the fire is on, the fire's in my belly and I'm off. I'm going to take the same level of ferocious action as I do in my training and apply that to my revision, my exam, my practical, completing my course, whatever it is in your world, go and turn that fire on. And with that comes the end of today's
episode number 4.
Vitamin PC, your bi-weekly dose of parallel coaching.
That is very true. Thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you on the next episode.
And go and make sure to drop us a like, comment, share on whatever platform you're listening on, and drop us a 5-star review inside iTunes.
Exactly. Remember, we're bi-weekly, so we'll be back sooner than you think.
See you later.
Hi, I'm Neil Bergman.
And I'm Hayley Bergman. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands of fitness professionals to get qualified, learn with simplicity, and coach clients with confidence.
We're the first to say that learning and being a FitPro doesn't have to be hard work, and that with the right structure, support and resources, you can become a confident and knowledgeable fitness professional that is dedicated to more.
So how do you learn, qualify and kickstart as a FitPro? This is the FitPro Sessions podcast with Parallel Coaching.